Hey, what's up? How you doing today? Welcome to yet another episode of TOLArated. TOLArated is where we get to review, rate, react, and recommend some of the latest gospel and Christian songs out there. But today's episode is not one song. It's actually a category of songs. So today we're checking out some songs that contain a high volume of a language that is heavenly. Tongues. So today we're actually talking about recorded music that has a lot of speaking in tongues or singing in tongues in it. I've gotten quite a number of people ask me that question. People have sent me DMs over the, the last couple of months. And yes, I have heard a number of songs over the years that contain a lot of speaking in tongues. So the question is, as a recording artist, is it okay to do a lot of speaking in tongues in your song? Is it cool? Is it not? Well, that is what we are about to tolerate and rate if it's a 10 or a 0. Let's get straight into it. Before I do any of that, I remember when I started off TOLArated, I had to give a disclaimer because I knew a lot of people go like, hey, why would you review or rate a gospel song? The song is a song to God anyway, so why are you commenting on it? But I'm like, hey, as much as it's a worship song, it's a song in adoration and praise to God, doesn't change the fact that it is an art, and doesn't change the fact that it's not just you and God in your private time. This is like a piece of work that we have to stream, we have to download. And so yes, we should and we could tolerate it. We could review it, all right, from a professional standpoint. So that is where I am coming from today. Another disclaimer before I get into what I have to say is I believe in speaking in tongues. I speak in tongues. I pray in tongues. And yes, I really believe in that. So that's sorted. Let's get into it. I'm approaching this from the angle of radio, because I'm talking about recorded music right now. Music that you're servicing to radio. Is it okay to have your song filled with a lot of speaking in tongues, like at the intro, right at the center, at the end? There's a lot of songs out there, and there's just a lot of speaking in tongues in there. Is it a bad thing, or is it great? Is it something you should do more of, or something you should reduce? That is what we are about to talk about, and it's from the standpoint of a radio jockey, a media personality, one who has worked in the radio space, the secular media, secular radio like some might call it, and also a Christian radio. So here's the deal, right? For songs like that, the question I have for you is, who is your audience? Where is your song going to? Is this song supposed to be a radio-friendly song? And when I say a radio-friendly song songs are songs that appeal to the listeners. So, if I'm playing a song on a Nigerian radio station and I'm playing songs in Brazilian language or some other Portuguese language, I mean, my audience wouldn't really understand what it is, and then it might not get to do the job that it's supposed to do, right? So who is your audience? Where is the song going to? Who are you singing? Who are you catering for? Now, I know a lot of people might say, hey, I'm when I'm singing in tongues, I'm doing it to God, to the Lord. Yes, but this is no longer a private worship. This is for radio. So live performances might be a bit different, right? But I'm talking about recorded songs right now. I mean, I know of certain people who you are writing the lyrics of your song and you're literally writing your tongues in there. Like you're writing out the lyrics of your tongues, right? Right. I mean, you could throw in a little bit of it in your songs, but not like an entire stretch. A song starts off and then you're just speaking in tongues, and 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, you're still speaking in tongues. That would not fit in well for radio. Don't forget that some people that are listening to your song, and I believe you want your song to actually minister to a lot more people than just Christians or believers. Some people are not even saved yet. They don't even understand the concept of tongues. And so you're introducing them to your sound. I think you should make it a bit more comprehensible for non-believers. So I know Paul said something about this. You speaking in tongues and you interpreting what you're saying. There's no interpreter here now. So anyway, my rating for songs will have a lot of tongues in them for radio purpose. I will rate it a 3. Yeah. And here's my recommendation. For radio purposes, for radio airplay, if you are servicing radio or that kind of audience, reduce your tongues to the barest minimum, or just tone it down to the barest minimum, and don't just throw all of that in there. You and God can have your, when you're having your personal worship to God, of course, I have no saying that. Go as long as you can, hours, and just do your thing, building your most holy faith. But as far as radio is concerned, please tone it down. Right? My 2 cents. I know you probably don't agree with me, or maybe you do, or maybe you want to add something to it. Let me know in the comment section. And that's it for now. It's TOLArated. I'll see you on the next one.